Good morning, friends. It's certainly an honor to be here. For me personally, because I'm a bit of a half Bangalorean, I studied here, I worked here with GE. So to me, it's like homecoming. And I've often maintained that Pune is a reduced Xerox of Bangalore, many similarities. And today, by the size and the complexity and the diversity in this audience, I'm prepared to say Pune is really the reduced Xerox, even in SEMA episode, with respect to what you have done. You call us a knowledge partner. It's true. We are partners who have come here to seek knowledge from all of you. This is an outstanding get-together. Compliments to BPAC. And I would once again say that it's an honor to be associated. What I want to share with you is our journey. But since it's been a very serious discussion, can I start in a somewhat lighter vein? Okay. So friends, before the name SEMA came, I was one of those people running with the torch, trying to make people awareness episode. So in one of the seminars I went to, I was introduced and says, Pradeep has worked on power. His latest passion is sexual harassment. So I said, hello. And then he said, he wants to do sexual harassment not only in manufacturing, which he belongs to, he wants to extend it to services, hospitality, healthcare. And here I'm saying, oh my God, some super Casanova. And then it went on to say he's putting best practices for sexual harassment together. And I said, look at my hair, real gray, what is this happening? So anyway, this is what it was in the sense. But there's really this, quite often it's happening in our life, there is a sexual harassment act. In the bracket, they say prevention containment. So it's an act for sexual harassment. And there was a meeting of my company, ICC, taking place, and said, sexual harassment committee is meeting. As the committee which is supposed to propagate the cause. So much in the lighter vein. And then, of course, my daughter yesterday morning when it's coming, he says, Papa, you're going to do sexual harassment in Bangalore? And I said, no, this is okay. But coming to the serious part of the discussion, I thought it was important to put this. Having gray hair and elderly looks is quite okay to comment like this. Friends, the genesis of SEMA was every initiative has some anecdote, some episode all of us know in life. I did something in Pune for the power model because once I learned from a friend of mine that his son had a damage to his leg for a lifetime because at the point of time when his X-ray was to be taken, there was load shedding going on in Pune. So because of that, the X-ray couldn't be taken, he couldn't get attended to, and the young man is limping rest of his life. And I said, oh my God, what can we do? That's why we started the Pune power model, which gave zero load shedding in the city of Pune. Here again, the starting point was like for all of us, Nearby episode. But whatever take from Nearby episode, what I took was, you saw those television clippings? Everybody with candles in their hand was asking about arresting the criminals. Nobody was talking about arresting the crime. They were talking about early conviction. They were not showing their conviction as to what they're going to do about it. I didn't hear a single woman or man holding the candle saying, hey, I won't let it happen in my house, in my colony, in my society, in my office, in my workplace. They were all pointing to the police commissioner. They were involving Sheila Dikshit. What will Sheila Dikshit do beyond a point? There are lots of things happening, which I think the ownership. So when we started this initiative called SEMA, the name came in later, we said a few things we put as boundary conditions or something. First of all, we said we'll be finite. And I would urge BPAC also, of course, you're a much larger group, to be precise. We didn't want to solve the problem of the nation. We said we'll do it for the city of Pune. So friends, if you want to do it in Mysore and Mangalore, have another group doing it. Do try and contain it. Then we also said we're going to try and do, and I think lady asked a question, are we going to solve all the problem in the city, in the streets of Pune? We can't. Somebody said, there's a lot of problem in remand homes. We said, agree, but can the finite number of us in an agenda solve everybody's problem? We said, there's enough we have on our plate. Try and solve the problem in our own organizations, in our own workplace, in our circle of influence, and as some of the panelists in the immediate neighborhood. So it's important to have this bit of a middle-class mindset, finite, and the second thing is take it to its conclusion. Don't just talk about, write letters to the editor. It's something about trying to take it to its logical conclusion, which is what we did in SEMA. That's another point, which I thought was significant. Third, we made it very simple. Don't make it too complicated. So it becomes replicable, scalable, which is what SEMA model is all about. It is very, very into this. And finally, we refrained We honestly refrained, and I see this engagement. I said, let's not get one more set of things. These rules should be changes, fast track court should be set up, police should be sensitized, right? All that is okay. There are enough people saying that. But as a group of organizations, as a group of companies, let's decide what we can do ourselves, because it is important to make the place immediately things. So we started, in fact, this is again I want to bring out. Some people said, why are you doing it in Pune? Pune is a safe city. We haven't had a rape incident. And I said, hello, are you talking about sexual harassment only equal to rape? Is this something like saying, my factory is very safe. I had no single person has died in so many years. I've had no casualties, so my factory is safe. The number of accidents take place, people get injured, a lot of people have problems. You're not safe just because you haven't had a thing. When we talk about scams, we say 2G scam is equivalent of a rape, but we struggle with the day-to-day problems of corruption. Similarly, sexual harassment is not about rape. It's the most ugliest form manifestation of a harassment. But really speaking, a lot of women go through a lot of discomfort in their workplace environment. And we heard the case, people don't talk about it, people don't raise it, they think, and one of the person said, there's one of the early service things, if I talk about it, I'll have to leave the job. I thought we said it doesn't have to be rape. It has to be a whole lot of sexual harassment that people go through which need to be addressed. So SEMA tried to address these issues. Very quickly, I'll talk about how we went about doing it. You see these two charming ladies, both of our honorable members of parliament from the city of Pune, both very, very committed to the cause, very outspoken. So approach these two ladies to steer the challenge, very focused. BPAC is much larger organization. SEMA got created only for this purpose. And we got the involvement of some tall people in the city of Pune. Dr. Majumdar, through him, the education sector. Dr. Mashelkar helped us with getting all the research establishments together. We had CII, we had NASCOM, we had NHRDN with their membership. We went to the Hotel Association of Pune. I said, listen, this is something which you need to be addressing. We went to the Hospital Association of Pune. We don't even realize almost 40 to 50% of employees in a hospital are women. And that's the time when we were talking about this Shakti Mills episode happened. And we suddenly realized, I says, hello, we always treat media as someone who's going to report on what we're doing. Media people are among the biggest challenge. They go to new places, unknown places, short notice, go most of the time unprepared. A lot of them are women employees. So when Shakti Mills episode happened, we brought the Pune media also, both print and electronic into this. So this was a cohesive group which put together a thing, and we really said, hey, we're going to not go outside. We're going to say, how can we improve our own organizations, our own institution, so that it becomes more amenable, more comfortable, safer for women to working there. That's how we started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here. I'll ask my colleague, Padmini, who's been one of the biggest champions of this cause. She'll tell us what we specifically did, more as an input to you. I'm sure you're going to do better. And then in the end, I'll very quickly cover some learnings and messages which can be of help. So Padmini, please take off. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradeep, and good morning, Bengaluru, and the esteemed panel that we had prior to this. Just quickly run through what we worked around in Pune was we set up about 7 sectors or verticals on which we identified role models, game changers, not in terms of sexual harassment, but people who would be drivers for this cause in terms of spreading awareness and who had a circle of control. We also identified conveners who would help roll the roadmap or help them run it on certain timelines. So primarily 7 sectors got identified. We began with services, manufacturing, we had hospitality, hotels, we had media, we had research and development. In these sectors, as I said, we identified spearhead people who would run the cause. We sat with them and through them tried to understand, again, reached out to a wider audience. Once we figured out that we could reach a wider audience, we had this conclave similar to this in the month of September 2013, where we had about 300 plus people. We worked there on a workshop model. Across each sectors, we had their own issues. So education identified what were the issues in their sectors in terms of women at workplace. They sat down what could be addressable and what could be the action points. So that was a workshop mode that we did. Some of the key elements that came out were threefold. One was the internal complaint committee, zero awareness about that, how it should be run, what does the law say, and what does actually mean by harassment. That was the first thing. Second thing was technology, very, very low awareness regarding technology and apps which women could use. Third came up as self-defense. one of the main initiatives that Advocate Vandana Chauhan actually took, in spite of being an MP and having her own hectic schedule, she sat across and organized a training where she trained 70 external members of the internal complaint committee. Besides that, through the next 1 year, we had about 12 meetings of ICCs across the industry where we guided them on how their functioning needs to be done. We had one technology kind of a conclave, which only talked of safety apps across board at workplace, where we had a couple of vendors displaying their wares. And it went to the next level where certain SEZs and certain companies kind of took it up and said, okay, the kiosk is going to be there in our own setups, and we will enable our women employees to come and download these apps. Because all of us, I'm sure, have multiple apps, but we do not, most of us don't have the safety app. So kind of made a pointer, and maybe Bengaluru with its wide IT, this could also take it up, and this kiosk really worked for us. The third part, self-defense, we had it on the website. Just before I break off, the SEMA stood for Stop Exploitation, Molestation, Assault and Abuse, and that's how the acronym came up. And that's a website which is semapune.com, and it's free of access. It gives all the downloads, and we are very, very linked to BPAC through our website also. So that was in brief about our journey, and we hope that you can take the best practices of whatever came out from it, and wish you all success.
So let me very briefly, and where we're running late, let me see some of the challenges. Approached lots of corporates. They said, we don't have a problem Ilya. I said, what do you mean you don't have a problem? One hospital came and says, we have never had any issue of any employee having any sense of approach. Then I said, hospital, do you do something to the men in your hospital that they don't have any of these things? In a lighter vein, people don't acknowledge, no, I don't have a problem. Second set of people said, we have some problems occasionally, but we are a very open organization. If problem gets raised, we sort it out. Everything is peaceful. Basically, again, escapism, accidents happen to somebody else, cancer happens to somebody else, nothing will happen to me. The entire attitude was one of those. The third set of people, I said, no, we have never had any serious issues. Nobody has been raped in my company. I said, thank you very much that nobody has been raped, but are you saying you don't have an issue? So there's a big denial element that comes in, and I think we need to be sensitive to it. Institution think, oh, it's bad manners if I say I have a problem. I mean, I have a set of ruffians here, So I think be very sensitive to the fact that thing. Then we come really speaking on the mechanism, and I just very quickly talk about the legal sections. For every act, there is a mechanism. Factories Act violation, you have somebody, labor laws violation, you have somebody, foreign exchange, financial thing, you have a SEBI, you have everybody. In this case of act, and the lady said that it has the powers of the court, but there's no mechanism. Nobody is asking you, do you have an ICC? No mechanism. Theoretically, there's a fine of 50,000, but nobody has been fined 50,000 for not having an ICC. So there's a complete, I dug into the law, it says additional collector of the district is supposed to monitor. Can you imagine additional collector Bangalore monitoring 20,000 institutions because there's anybody more than 10 women employees? He's busy doing additional job and collecting whatever he collects. But the point is, there is no way this can happen. So there is complete absence of thing. And here I want to just conclude in terms of what could be collectively we could do in terms of thing. BPAC, urge you, great compliments to you. And when I come to Bangalore, I keep seeing B-track all the time. And I'm saying BPAC can set the track for every other institutions. Friends, you all need to be pushing your things. 2 minutes? Yeah, when you got up, I said things. Then this, huh? Yeah, of course. The second one is get engaged, do climate survey. I think you talked about gender sensitization. Harassment is the next manifestation. Do something of this. Apps. Can I just ask you, how many of you have an apps, smart women, smartphones? How many of you have a safety app on your phone? Now, you got all sorts of apps. And this is not about sexual harassment. Your car has an accident, you have a problem. I think, please wake up. How many of you have gone through self-defense training? I know you're very tough people, but self-defense training can help you out. So I'm saying here's a challenge for each one of us to continue to engage and let's not solve the world's problem. Let's not solve India's problem. Let's, for a moment, don't even try and solve Bangalore city big problem of the slums, what's happening. Can you take to what you have picked up, to logical. And of course, in your other platform, you're helping the city. That's wonderful. But I'm saying, as far as this agenda is concerned, focus on this. I had promised to Mimi and to Revati that we will engage here if you promise to do better than Pune. I think you've done it. Now, I want to tell you, you should take a promise that you'll do it to another city, Hyderabad, wherever you want to do, better than Bangalore. Good wishes. Thank you very much.